I'm gonna make candles now for Stompy. I need this glue gun. What color candle should I get for Stompy? Where's my yellow crayon? Oh, it's at the bottom because it's short now. Oh yeah, do you have it? You guys want to see the x-ray from when Stompy ate my ring? It's been a while since you've seen the picture. It looks like we shopped it. It looks like a joke. It looks like I'm making a joke. But this is the actual x-ray. Also, which of these cookies should I eat? Should I eat the Superstar one? Seems fitting. I'm eating this one. Oh my god. That's the x-ray. This is the ring. You see it? Yeah. No, it's not Photoshop. Things, metal, foreign objects, they light up on x-rays. That's the whole point. So it just looks, it's just ridiculous. It just looks ridiculous. It looks like it's not fake, I swear to you. Was he still small back then? He was just big. Baby Stompy is life size. For when Stompy was a baby. He was smaller than this, actually. When he ate the ring, he was smaller. I'm making this candle blue. Blue Stompy candle. So yeah, that's your baby Stompy story. Other thing about Stompy is we thought Stompy was a girl for the first year of his life. Because you just have to guess until they're an adult and they start vocalizing. My plan for this is just to... I don't really have one. Hold on, this could get ugly. It's not heated up yet. Make another candle. You don't know until they start vocalizing. Male and female emus make different vocalizations. I'll just play it on my phone so we don't have to deal with this. Let's see. Freaking ad. I got an ad. Could have had drumming, I know, but Stompy, at about a year of age, started making male vocalizations. So this is a female vocalization. It's like echoey. Sorry about that. It is a hollow drumming. Not what I expected. The female one makes a Discord sound. Talk a little bit about emus being dinosaurs. They do sound like dinosaurs. It's because they freaking are dinosaurs. Okay? All of our bird species today, over 10,000 bird species, have evolved from theropods, which was a two-legged, three-toed dinosaur species 60 plus million years ago. They were carnivorous. Velociraptors, people are like, sounds like a velociraptor. Velociraptors had feathers. Also, fun fact, the velociraptors in Jurassic Park, they were modeled off of emus. And you can see, space. You can see how similar dinosaurs are to modern day emus. There's a theropod called the terror bird that Space has pulled up right here. The left, the white skeleton is an emu skeleton, preserved, right, in a museum. And the right is a terror bird. Okay, the only difference between these two is that emus are about 100 pounds, and terror birds were like 300 to 400 pounds. I was attacked by one of those in Ark. Damn. Very similar, right? Crazy. But these birds are dinosaurs. Like through and throughout, all birds are dinosaurs. Kind of fun fact. Stompy has a lot of dinosaur-like qualities. Yep, Ark. Yeah. Yeah, I tried to use this glue gun, by the way. It didn't work, so now I'm using a glue stick. But then I have to hold it together before it so it dries. Are emus edible? Funny that you asked that. So, yes, people have eaten emus. Emu meat was super popular in the 90s, actually. As an alternative to red meat, emu farming was a big thing. People would eat emus, and it was really popular in the 90s, and then it died down because they couldn't compete with like the beef and poultry industries. But emu meat was super popular. Also, emu oil was really popular. Emu oil was a byproduct of emu meat. And there was an infomercial, still is popular. Yeah, it's still around. There was an infomercial that said emu oil was a cure-all for like everything, right? So, rheumatoid problems, eczema, arthritis, inflammation, wounds, scars, sun damage, all, right? And so emu oil was very popular. Yeah, this glue gun is not working. It's fine. I feel fine about it. I'm just gonna make some cool flames, and then we're just gonna hope that it stays. Yeah, so emu oil, super popular. Emu demand for emu meat declined by 72% in 2015, though. So not a problem for emus anymore. To be honest, emu meat was never a problem for emu populations. Despite it being really popular at one time, it never really affected wild populations of emus. But there are a lot of wild populations of animals that are affected by the exotic meat trade. I think emus got really lucky. They got out of it pretty quick. Lots of animals do not have that luxury. Lots of animals do not have that luxury. That's why one of the reasons that we have Stompy, this is not freaking working, is as an ambassador to talk about the exotic meat trade. There are a ton of animals that are used for exotic meats, for exotic trophies, for furs, for jewelry, for medicine, stuff like that. And so that's one of the reasons that we have Stompy is to talk about those animals, talk about exploitation of wildlife, the wildlife trade. I'm going to just put these in here instead of trying to glue them. Aw, the flame. This isn't working. Hold on. Do you like it so far? We're going to put grain in it. Oh, it's cute. Yay, Stomp. Stompy will love it. Stompy will love it. Pretty sure that's a box. Okay, hater. Stompy only eats grain. So we're putting cake back in here. So the wildlife trade is a big problem. I took some notes, or I brought some notes about other things I haven't talked about in a really long time in regards to the wildlife trade. One, pangolins. The most illegally trafficked animal in the world because they're used both for meat, for consumption, and for traditional medicine. So their scales are thought to treat problems from poor lactation to circulation, and all 8 pangolin species are endangered because of the wildlife trade and because people use them in medicine. You know what a pangolin is? It's like a scaly anteater. It's like an anteater that has scales. That's what it looks like. That's not what that is, but that's what they look like. Pangolin, not penguin. Pangolin. I'll draw what it is. Maybe this will jog your memory. Oh, God. I've never drawn a pangolin before. Hold on. Looks like an anteater mixed with an artichoke. That's funny. That is what it looks like. It looks like... It looks like that. It's not that bad, I'm gonna be honest. That's what a pangolin looks like. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. That's a Pokemon? No. But all 8 penguin species are endangered because they use their scales. And the problem with penguins is the same problem that we have with animals like Patchy. Their defense mechanism is to curl into a ball. Like if they're scared, they just curl up into a ball, so they're incredibly easy to poach. And consume. My sister lived in Africa for a year, and she would send me pictures and stuff via WhatsApp. And she sent me a picture of this guy holding a pangolin that he had killed. And she was like, what is this? Like, what kind of animal is this? And I was like, damn, that sucks. Because it's a pangolin and they're critically endangered. But they eat bushmeat out there, which is literally just any animal that you can find in the bush. And the guy that killed it, and they all ate it, right? But the guy that killed it did not know what it was. So that's a hard thing that we don't talk about that much on the stream because it's a hard thing to talk about, but a lot of people just want to be like poacher's weird champ, and the reality is being able to think about conservation is a bit of a luxury, right? Because we have the ability to choose what we eat, you know, it's not a matter of surviving. It's not a matter of what's available to us. It's like we can go to a grocery store and make choices about food labels and stuff like that. And that's very important for us. And that's great for us. A lot of the people that are poaching just don't have the education, don't have the resource to know what it is that they're poaching. But it's an unfortunate reality for sure. So pangolins, super trafficked, right? Super trafficked. There are over 3 million pangolins a year that are poached for meat and medicine. 3 million pangolins a year. Just not sustainable at all. We also got bears. It's been a long time since we've talked about bear bile. Do you guys know about bears in medicine? Are you guys like, have you ever thought about bears being used for medicine? Medicine? Bears? No? No? Okay, so bear bile is, there are bear farms where they a lot of times capture bears from the wild and then keep them in captivity in like very small enclosures, and they can live for up to 35 years in captivity. The thing with emus, Stompy, today's about Stompy, is emus were farmed for meat, right? Bears are not. Bears are milked for their bile. So they will insert a catheter or a syringe into their gallbladder and extract bear bile. And it's like super popular in medicine. And it is a treatment for epilepsy, heart pain, hemorrhoids, and more. But yeah, these bears can survive for up to 35 years in captivity and just be milked for bile their whole lives, which is crazy. Super crazy. And then we also have rhinos. Rhinos is, how'd they even find out about that? That is a question I don't know the answer to. Rhinos are also heavily exploited for their horns. You guys probably know about that. People poach rhinos. 3 out of the 5 rhino species are critically endangered because of poaching. Rhino horns are thought to treat fever, snake bites, hallucinations, typhoid, headaches, vomiting, food poisoning, gout, rheumatism, devil possession. There are quite a few things that people believe they need rhino horns for. And it has been a huge problem for wild rhino populations. Point being, I think it's important for people to know that animal products are used in a lot of things that we don't know about. And they're probably things that you're not using, right? They're probably things that you don't, that you're not using rhino horn, you know, to treat your ailments. But I think it's an important thing for people to know. The other important thing for people to know, and I'm going to be honest here, I was literally talking to Kayla about this morning. I don't feel qualified or prepared to talk about such a complicated issue, but I want to make a note that a lot of times with stuff like this, it's not a problem of like these people hate these animals, like it's their fault, you know, or like it's this group's of people's fault, or it's whatever. education is the biggest part, because a lot of animals that have been hunted for years and years and years, or consumed for years and years and years as a part of culture, as a part of whatever. I'm trying to figure out how to say this very carefully. These people don't want the animals to disappear. I think most of the time it's that they don't have the access to education, right? They don't really know what's going on, and they don't want these populations to go extinct in the wild. They just don't understand what the impact they're having is. So that's a case for some things. Ads. Don't get me wrong. There are a lot of cases where they just do not care. There are a lot of cases with the poaching of wildlife, the exploitation of wildlife, where the people involved don't care about it. But I will say most of the time, I would like to think that that's not the case. But maybe that's a little optimistic. It's a lack of impact awareness. Thanks.